What's going on, internet? My name is JB and I am here today with yet another draft analysis video, this time for the PCL, or the Pokemon Champions League, which is a Wi-Fi upload required league that is commissioned by our boy, our good pal, one Austin, aka Garchomp the God. So shout out to him for finally getting his crap together and commissioning the league. He's been wanting to do this for a while, so big props to him for this. And yeah, it's an upload required league, so you should go check out everyone's links down below in the description. They should be there. A lot of really good coaches, a lot of really cool dudes, so yeah, you should go check everyone out. And yeah, everyone's draft analysis should be going up this week, so yeah, let me know who you guys think has the best team. Personally, I don't think it's me, but I really do like my team. I don't think a lot of people will think I have the best team if like there was a power rankings, but I like my team. It's got a lot of mons that I like to use and a lot of fun stuff, and got a lot of tricks up my sleeve. So before we get into the actual team, let's just go over the draft. It was a pretty damn standard draft. It was like a GBA style draft, tier 1 through 5, with megas and free slots and whatnot. But there were S tier Pokemon. There was an S tier 1, an S tier 2, and an S tier for mega Pokemon. The stuff in like S tier 1 was like actually some pretty broken stuff. I could pull it up for you guys if you want real quick, just so you guys have an idea of like the sort of stuff that was drafted. And while I'm getting this up, I can explain that like tier 1, like the S tier mons took up a free point slot. So say you took like an S tier 1, you couldn't take like an S tier mega, but they would take a ton of your free points, like your 400 free points. And but if you took an S tier mega, you couldn't take like an S tier 1 or whatever. So yeah, it's just like, what do you want to do with your points, basically? So like if you take a S tier 1 or S tier 2, you can still take a tier 1 mega. Or you can take an S tier mega and still have all 400 of your points to get like 2 extra tier 1s or whatever you want to do, if you guys are following that math wise. Anyway, tier 1s, S tier 1s and S tier 2s were 140, 160 each, just to name some of the stuff in them. Like in tier 1 you had Aegislash, both Greninjas, Naganadel, Genesect, stuff like that. What did I miss? I missed Darkrai and Pheromone, so those are the only 2 ones I missed. And in S tier 2 we had Deoxys Defense, Deoxys Speed, Landorus, Magearna, Tapu Lele. And then for the S tier megas, we had Mega Kangaskhan with no Seismic Toss, both Mega Lotties, Mega Mawile, and Mega Metagross. So yeah, that was the S tier stuff, and then pretty much everything else is just your standard tier 1 through 5. Good old tiers. I love me a tier based draft where everything isn't decided by points. But yeah, I had the 10th pick out of 12 coaches, so I was like, you know, praying that I got the mon I wanted first overall, and or 10th overall, I guess, was my first pick. I was just like hoping I got the mon I wanted. And spoiler alert, for this whole draft, there's always that one guy. There's always that one guy who gets sniped so much in a league. Like there's always that one guy who just gets every pick he wants taken. Unfortunately, that was your boy in this draft. That was me. And it wasn't like, you know, my original planned draft. Like I only got like, you know, it's just like I just got a lot of stuff taken that I was planning on taking. Like I'll just give you an example. Like I wanted Crocodile got taken. All right, I'm like, okay. I penciled in something else, that got taken. I penciled in that replacement, that got taken too. So I had like my 3rd or 4th replacement for like a few mons. It's pretty ridiculous. But I did manage to actually get the Pokemon that was my first pick, and that, of course, was Mega Mawile. So, S tier Mega means I have all 400 of my points available to me, free points available to me to do whatever I please with those. And yeah, I really excited about this Mega Mawile. I've never got to use it, and in a lot of leagues it's banned. And I'm really happy it managed to make it to me here with the 10th pick. There's a lot of like broken stuff that did go early on, but like honestly, I'm real happy that this made it to me. A lot of like S tier 1s and stuff obviously went, but yeah, I managed to get my hands on Mega Mawile, which has an absolutely fantastic typing of Steel Fairy, only being weak to Ground and Fire. I might be missing something off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure it's only Ground and Fire. Huge Power is obviously a phenomenal ability. Doubling this thing's already super high attack stat, and it's got some decent stats all around. 15 HP and speed is a little bit meh. 55 special attack is actually usable if you want to be a freaking madman. But then you have, of course, that good bulk with 125 SPDF and 125 defense, and 95 SPDF. Jesus Christ. It's 2 a.m. I don't know why I'm doing this at such a late time, but you know what? That's the sort of quality you guys have come to expect from these. They're not good. They probably should be, as many as I make. But yeah, and of course, 105 physical attack boosted by huge power. So at level 50, make this thing adamant. So 252 EVs is 172. Double that, that's, let's see. Doing math on camera is hard. It's 350. It's 344. It's basically got, yeah, I want to say it's 344. I'm not gonna pull up a calculator, but I'm pretty sure it's 344. Physical attack, adamant with huge power. It's absolutely absurd. And of course, with the access to Sword Stance, you can just boost this thing's attack to otherworldly levels that should not be allowed. But I'm glad they are. But yeah, this thing actually has a ton of like really nice coverage as well. Stuff like Brick Break, Crunch, obviously Stab, Iron Head, and Play Rough are the main things. Gets access to Fire Fang, Ice Punch, and Thunder Punch. Unfortunately, doesn't get Fire Punch for some reason, but it gets Fire Fang, so it sort of makes up for that. It's a good knockoff user. It gets Sucker Punch, which is another fantastic move. It's a Stealth Rock option as well. So yeah, it's an all-around pretty versatile mon that just hits incredibly hard. There's not a lot of stuff, period, that can switch into Mega Mawile. And I am very excited to use this mon. Moving on to our next pick, and yeah. I had to have a talk with my buddy Brendan. He took the mon I wanted. Right, 2 picks later, like 5 minutes later, my entire draft plan got turned on its head because Brendan took Mew from me, and I was like super sad. I'm like, you know, I probably shouldn't expect Mew to make it to me, but okay, so far it has. Awesome, Mew's still there. Mew's still there. Sweet. It's about to be the wheel pick. It's about to be right back to me. Mew's still gonna be there. Nope, Brendan took it from me. Feels bad, man. So I still wanted a bulky psychic type, and I wanted something that was a more reliable stealth arc option. I wanted Mew because it does literally everything, and with the plan I had going into this is gonna be a little bit rough to get some, like, to fill some of the roles. So I wanted Mew because it literally fills pretty much any role you need it to on any given week. So that's why I really wanted Mew. But since that got taken from me, I had to settle for another bulky psychic type, and I just decided to go with Necrozma. I've used Necrozma several times. I've won 2 championships with Necrozma on team. It's a mon I know very well. It's got an absolutely fantastic ability in Prism Armor, making it so super effective hits only do 75% damage, or 3/4 damage, whatever, same thing. Pure Psychic type is solid. Got some, you know, it's got really good bulk. Base 97 HP, 101 defense, 89 SPDFs, all very good. Both attack stats, 107, 127 are good. Base 7 down speed's a little bit meh, but it does give both Autotomize and Rock Polish if you really need to outspeed something with it. And it's just another mon with an incredible move pool. It's a Stealth Rock option, which is the main reason I took it, as opposed to another Psychic type. I'm just like, okay, my team's gonna have a little bit problem with rocks because, yeah, it just was based on the way my draft was, you know, planned out. I was like, I'm gonna have a little bit of problem with rocks, so I want to get something. I want to get multiple Stealth Rock options, and that was the main reason I went with Necrozma as my second pick. Apart from that, it's got an absolutely phenomenal move pool with stuff like Dragon Pulse, Dark Pulse, Earth Power and Earthquake, Flashkin, Heat Wave, Hyper Voice, Iron Head knockoff, dual screens, Outrage. Photon Kaiser is one of the absolute best moves in the game. It ignores abilities. It's more like Mold Breaker, and it can be both a physical or a special attack depending on which of your attack stats is higher. It's an absolutely fantastic move. It's Psychic and Psyshock in one move basically. And hell, if you need to run both, you can actually run both of those if you're weird. I mean, it's like throwing Psyshock and Psychic on the same side. It's whatever. It's a very good user of like Calm Mind sets with like stored power. It's a really good stored power user. It's got Thunder Wave for speed control. It's also got Trick Room for speed control, and just got a really great coverage, fantastic move pool, and fantastic ability. It's a mon I'm comfortable with. I've won championships with it, like I said, and yeah, it's definitely a very good Mew fallback. I still kind of wish I got Mew though, but it's a very good fallback for that. Moving on to my next pick, I wanted to get my fat, and I wanted a bulky water. So naturally, I'm like, oh hey, I should probably grab Melodic. Melodic's looking real nice with Mega Mawile. Not a whole lot's gonna want to, you know, do damage. Not a whole lot can do damage to those two things. And guess what? Melodic got sniped. So I had to settle for the next best bulky water in Tier 2, which is still a very good bulky water in Suicune. It's another Pokemon I've used before in a league. Yeah, you guys saw that season of the NADL. I've ran a lot of like weird Suicune sets in that because it's the NADL. But it's something that I know how to use. I know it's movable, and it's just a bulky, fat water that no one really wants to deal with. It's got very good stats all around. Incredible bulk at 100 HP, 115 in both defenses. That speed is wrong. It's supposed to be 85. My apologies. Why is there always like one little typo? I guess I clicked the wrong button when I made the slides. My bad. Not fixing it because I'm lazy. But yeah, like I said, incredible bulk all around. Base 90 special attack, very good, very solid. It's another really good Calm Mind user. It's also got some like really good support stuff with like Tailwind, and also Tailwind. But no, it's got Roar and other really useful stuff. It's just a really fat, bulky piece of crap that not a lot wants to. Like, no one wants to play a Suicune. No one enjoys playing Suicune. Obviously, Crokun is a fantastic set. You know, you guys know what Crokun is. It's also got like a lot of like niche coverage options with stuff like Air Slash, Extra Sensory, random extreme speeds if you really need to pick something off. Of course, you know, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, stuff like that. It gets Iron Head if you really need to hit a fairy. Shadow Ball, Signal Beam for coverage. And yeah, just like I said earlier, Tailwind, it's really fun. And yeah, I really like the Mon. It's a good backup for the Mon I wanted. But hey, you know, it's, you know, so far through 3 picks, I've gotten 2 picks sniped. So going into my next pick, I knew I wanted Sticky Webs on this team. I wanted to have a lot of speed control for Mega Mawile, both the Trick Room options as well as with Sticky Web options. So I opted to grab a Sticky Web user probably earlier than I should have, but at the rate I had been getting sniped already, I'm like, okay, I'm not letting this past me. I want to make sure I just grab the Sticky Web user I wanted, and I decided to grab Galvantula probably a little too early, but in my opinion, it's probably the second best Sticky Web user in the entire game. That can be argued. I think it's a little bit better than Rabombi just because it just does a little bit more than Rabombi. No, I'd say it's solidly third. You can maybe argue it between it and Araquanid, but Araquanid has a really good defensive ability, whereas Galvantula has a pretty good offensive ability. It's one of the 3 best web users in the game between Araquanid, Rabombi, and this, in my opinion, personally. Slurpup's also really good. There's a lot of good webs users. But I decided to grab Galvantula, mainly because I didn't have an electric type planned out. And, well, it was the electric type I wanted. I didn't get sniped. Because I wanted to use webs. I wanted, you know, I just wanted a nice webs user. And I've used Galvantula before in a mono-type league. And, yeah, I just want to see if it's any good here. It's a really fast web setter, and it gets really hard to switch into Thunders. Especially with Compound Eyes, making it nearly 100% accurate. It's like 96 or something like that, rounded up. I don't know the exact number, sue me. But yeah, it hits really hard with Thunder, and not a lot wants to take Thunder unless it's a ground type. But then you're pretty free to run HP Ice on this thing most of the time. Like I said, it's a good Sticky Web user, and it hits really hard from the special side when you slap a Life Orb on it. And with Thunders that don't miss, it's got decent coverage. It's got Energy Ball and Giga Drain for grass. Bug Buzz, of course, hits pretty dang hard if you need it to. It's a good, you know, splashable hidden power mon. Volt Switch obviously is fantastic. It's Sucker Punch if you're weird. Sticky Web, like I mentioned already, is a fantastic move. Slowing your opponents down. And it gets a few, not a whole lot, but it gets a few things worth noting down in the Yonder Sphere, which I'm not going to mention because, you know, your boy got some plans. But yeah, it's a pretty good web setter, and I didn't want to get sniped, so I took it probably earlier than I should have. Which, of course, meant I got sniped on the ground type I wanted, because, of course I did, because I was super unlucky. I wanted Crocodile because it was tier 3, which, in my opinion, it's probably the absolute best tier 3 mon. And I'm like, you know, I might be able to wait on it, but I wanted to make sure I got webs. Because the web, Raquanid, I think, went, like, on the way back down to me. I'm pretty sure it went that early. I don't remember. But I'm like, alright, I want to make sure I got my webs mon. So that's what I did. And yeah, I wanted Crocodile because, like I said, I thought it was the best tier 3 mon available, and of course it got taken right out from underneath me, which was really unfortunate. And because Crocodile would have fit this team very nicely, it would have freed up a free points pick to do whatever I wanted with, but I needed to fill that type later, as you guys will see. But in the end, I just decided to grab Donphan because it's the best ground type available. It gave me both rocks as well as rapid spin, which is very nice for the team, as well as just being an all-around hard-hitting mon with solid bulk. 90 HP is solid, 120 defense is phenomenal, 60 SPDF is pretty bad, but it's got such high physical defense so you can oftentimes afford to invest specially. which is very nice. And then 120 attack, hits really hard without even needing invest most of the time. Base 50 speed, meh. And obviously no one cares about special attack, but what Donphan does, it does very well. It can set up rocks most of the time, and it can spin a lot of it's good at that. Good at rocks and spin. It does two things very well, two very important roles. And it has really hard hitting earthquakes. What else do you want in Amon, really? It also has stuff like Gunk Shot and Gyro Ball for coverage, as well as stuff like let's see, Ice Shard for priority, Knockoff, Play Rough, Poison Jab if you don't want to miss Gunk Shot. But nice option to have there. It's got Rock Polish if you want to get real weird, which actually sounds really fun. Seed Bomb for grass coverage, as well as of course Rock Slide and Stone Edge. Superpower is also nice, and yeah, it's just a really fat, decent ground type that I thought looked good with the team. I also thought long and hard about one of the Nidos, either Nido King or Nido Queen, but as you will see with my next pick, I didn't want to double up on poison types because I needed speed. This team was looking pretty damn slow with Galvantula being my fastest thing, and that's not really a fast bomb because it's frail as all hell. So I decided to grab something that was just an outright speed demon, and this is a mod I've wanted forever, man. This is a mod. This is Crobat. I wanted this mod for so long, and I finally got my hands on it. I'm actually pretty surprised it made it back to me, but of course, the main thing to mention with Crobat is it's fantastic. Base 130 speed, one of the fastest spawns in the game, and all around very, very good stats. 85 HP, 80s in both defenses, 90 attack, 70 special attack, all very good. Decent abilities in Inner Focus and Infiltrator. Could be better. Infiltrator's pretty good if your opponent has a screens team or like a mod that runs sub a lot. I mean, yeah, it's good for that. Inner Focus is decent too if your opponent has a fake out mon, but I mean, hey, Crobat's bulky enough to not really care too much about fake out and faster than a lot of things that it can just kill them next turn or U-turn out if it needs to. But yeah, Crobat's a really fun mon that can run a lot of different sets. Of course, you have your banded, just physical all-out attackers sort of style. Nasty Bat with Nasty Plot is a thing. And then it's got some really good support options. It's a good defog user because it's so fast. It's a good taunt user because it's so fast. And it does a lot of things like that. It gets haze to prevent setup. It's another Tailwind option, which could be fun. And it just got some really decent all-around moves. Acrobatics, Air Slash, to hit both ways. Brave Bird, of course. Dark Pulse if you're running Nasty Bat. What else we got? We got Facade, we got Giga Drain, we got Haze, we got Heat Wave, which is a very nice move. Leech Life is a nice move to have. It's a decent Pursuit Trapper, not a really good one, but if you really need to Pursuit Trap something, you can. Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, like I already mentioned, Taunt and Tailwind, as well as Super Fang being a very nice wall-breaking move just to wear stuff down. Love Super Fang Toxic. It's really douchey, especially since Crobat can't miss Toxic because it's a poison type. Shout out to the best buff ever. Can we please make it so fire types can't miss Will-O-Wisp next? Please, thank you. And conversely, electric types and Thunder Wave. Can we make that a thing, Game Freak? That seems like the next logical step. It's a good U-turn user as well. With Zen Headbutt is another nice move to have. It gets some okay stuff, nothing really worth mentioning. Down Yonder, it gets like Natural Gift, which is a move I like to mention. Steel Wing's nice to have for those pesky fairies, but I mean you're a poison type, so I mean it's good for Diancie. That's really about it. So yeah, team's looking pretty decent so far. I got sniped on a lot of stuff. Like I also wanted Arcanine, which got taken before this. It got taken right after Cricket. I was like, all right, well, there goes that. And I was like, okay, I need to start planning around what grass type I want. Oh, I know Shaman's still there. That's gone. But I decided to delve into my free points next, and I'm like, okay, I missed out on Shaman. Oh, hey, there's still a pretty good grass type left in tier 1, so I decided to grab Superior. It's got a fantastic ability, of course, in Contrary. That's the first thing you notice. It's also got a very good speed tier at base 113. Helps out, even it out a little bit with in between Crobat and Galvantula. Pretty nice little speed tiers there. Don't really have much in between Suicune and Galvantula though, so looking to patch it up a little bit as we move on. Honestly, Superior stats are a bit underwhelming. 75 in HP attack and special attack, 95 in both defenses, 113 speed is really good. But the main thing here is, of course, Contrary Leaf Storm. So you can just spam Leaf Storm, and instead of getting -2, you get +2, and sweep teams that don't have grass answers. And honestly, Like I said, its stats are a little bit underwhelming, but it gets a lot of like cool grass type things. Of course, with like, you know, Leech Seed and crap like that, Synthesis to heal itself. It's another fast taunt user. Not to mention a good coil user on like overgrowth sets if you really just want to set up. It's another defog option, which is very nice. Like coiled Dragon Tail sets, something that I've seen run around. It's also got aromatherapy, which can help out the team. Glare is a nice move to have. It's another knockoff user. It can be ran physical with like Sword Stance, Leaf Blade on of course an overgrowth set. It gets dual skins as well, so it's got some decent like supporty stuff. But you know, main thing you're gonna do is just spam a whole heck of a lot of Leaf Storms with this and do a lot of damage, which is something I really like. I swear, one day I will get to use Shaman. It's always these freaking grass types that I don't get to use. First it was Roserade for so long, now it's Shaman. Feels bad, man. But moving on to my next pick, I had originally wanted Dragonite, but you know, looking over my team, I'm like, okay, I don't have the most reliable removal, and I don't really want to have to rely on having good removal so multi-skill doesn't get broken. So I decided to go another route with my Dragon, which is also why I picked Superior instead of Dragonite, because I'm like, okay, I can't really get Dragonite like I wanted because I don't have enough reliable removal. So I'm like, okay, I'll just grab another tier 1, and I'll grab a tier 2 dragon that I know very well and I love in the formats. You guys probably know where this is going. I decided to grab our boy Kommo once again. I love this Pokemon so much. It is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated mons in all the format. Fantastic typing and dragon fighting. Of course, you know, you're super weak to fairies, but like, let's be honest, I got some decent fairy checks. I got Mega Mall Wall, I got Crobat. I'm not really too scared of your fairies. I mean, I'm a little bit scared of your fairies, but Kommo's got some dang good bulk on it, man. 75 HP, 125 physical defense, 105 speed F, with 110 attack, 110 special attack. 85 speed is also fantastic, and it's got 3 very good, very useful abilities in Bulletproof, Soundproof, and Overcoat, depending on what you need it to do on a specific week. Your opponent has a Sporemon, bring Overcoat. Your opponent has a Parting Shot user, or something like spam Hyper Voice, bring Soundproof. Your opponent has a Shadow Ball spammer, or something like that, bring Bulletproof. All very useful abilities. Yeah, I love Kommo, man. I've swept the man with Kommo in the PBL. I've done disgusting things with this mon. I absolutely adore it. It's one of my favorite Pokemon in the format, period. You can run it a number of ways offensively. You want to run like a just Dragon Dance Super, you can do that. You want to run a bulky set, you can do that. You want to run an anti-setup set, you can do that. You can Kommo's. I love me some Kommo, man. Not just to like, I don't even know where to begin on the coverage this thing gets. It gets Aquatel, Autotomize, Bulk Up, like I already mentioned. Pretty quick to get rid of screens. Close Combat, Drain Punch, which just got buffed in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which really made it one of the best Pokemon in the format, in my opinion, that could actually use reliable fighting type stat. Before it was just a dragon that happened to hit hard with Sky Uppercut or Focus Blast if you hit. But now it can spam Close Combat. It can spam Clinging Skills, which is a decent move. I can spam Draco, Dragon Claw, Dragon Pulse, Dragon Tail. I really like, I ran a Taunt Dragon Tail Drain Punch set once, and it was absolutely disgusting and worked to a charm to prevent setup. And yeah, my opponent just had not a whole lot for it. He didn't have a Ghost type, so I just ran like Bulk Up, Taunt, Drain Punch, Dragon Tail. It was gross. I don't think I uploaded that game. I don't think I uploaded that league either, but it was fun. Of course, it gets Earthquake, Facade, nice move to have, Fire Punch and Flamethrower, Flash Cannon, Focus Blast, Focus Punch. Let's see, what else? Hyper Voice, Ice Punch, Iron Head, Low Kick, Outrage, Poison Jab, yada yada yada. Gets Rock Polish, like I already mentioned. You can spell that. And it's Autotomize. Shadow Claw. It's another Stealth Rock option. Swords Dance. Thunder Punch. X Scissor. A lot of really cool moves down in the Yonder Sphere as well. I adore Kommo, and I'm really happy I get to use it again. The only thing that's a little bit iffy on Kommo is the speed, but like I said, it has like 17 ways of boosting its speed. And probably at least like 19 when you factor in that it is one of my Z move users. I probably should have put like a little Z somewhere in this part of the screen for it, but I wasn't thinking because I don't use my head when I do things. But yeah, Kommo is one of my 2 Z move users. I'll get to the other one when I get to it. But yeah, it gets so much stuff that it seemed like a good enough Z user. I was gonna make Dragonite my Z move user, but like, cause Dragonite's such a nuke. But hey, I mean, Como is a pretty good nuke too, so I'm pretty okay with that. So, moving on to the next Mon. I didn't have a Fire type yet. I didn't have a Ghost type yet. You guys know where this is going. I decided to grab Chandelure. Now, Chandelure is a pretty fun Mon with some decent abilities and some okay stats. It's actually got a lot more respectable bulk than you would think. With 90s in both defenses, 60 HP is pretty decent. 80 speeds, solid, if not great. It's solid enough. And the massive thing here is 145 special attack is absolutely fantastic. And it's got some decent abilities. Flash Fire and Infiltrator are the two better ones. Obviously, you don't really want to be running Flame Body because you don't really want to rely on an RNG ability, but Flash Fire, if you can, make a good prediction in Infiltrator, same thing. Like I mentioned with Crobat, if you have an opponent with like a Screens team or Veil or a Submon, Infiltrator's nice. But yeah, most of the time you're probably going to be running Flash Fire unless your opponent has something specifically that, they'll run Sub on. So yeah, I really like this thing. It has such a high, special attack stat that not a lot likes to switch into this thing. Unless it Time Sword resists it stabs, you're not gonna get a whole lot that wants to take hits from Chandelure. It's got a very good move pool as well. It's a decent Calm Mind user. Probably don't really want to run Calm Mind on it too often because it has respectable bulk. It doesn't have recovery or like, the best bulk to actually get away with running Calm Mind a lot of the time. But if you can pull off a Calm Mind set, it's pretty gross. Clear Smog's a good move to prevent setup. Dark Pulse and Energy Ball for coverage. Of course, you get your Fire Blast and your Flamethrowers. Another Haze Mon to prevent setup. Hex, you guys know my opinion on that. I think 2 Shadow Balls is better pretty much all the time. Memento's a fantastic move. Let's see what else we got. We got Pain Split, very good move. Psychic for coverage. Of course, Stab Shadow Balls is another taunt user. Very good user. Trick likes to just pass items around because oftentimes you're going to be running a choice item. Really good to like nuke, or not really nuke, a really good way to like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It's just a really good way of dealing with like your opponent's walls. And it's another Trick Room option, which is pretty dang nice. I like it a lot. And yeah, I have a feeling Chandelure is going to be clicking some mighty strong moves at some point. And it's also got some pretty fun stuff down yonder. Pretty fun stuff. So moving on to our next to last Mon. This is the thing I decided to replace with Crocodile for my Dark type. So instead of having a Crocodile, I ended up with Donphin and Alolan Persian. I honestly would rather have Crocodile, I'm not going to lie. But I'm fine with Alolan Persian. It is my other Z move user because that just makes logical sense. Z Parting Shot is one of the better Z moves in the game in my opinion. So, hey, what the hell. Fur Coat is actually a very good ability. Technician's decent. Rattled's okay if you can pull it off. It's not really that good, but it's decent if you can pull it off. But Fur Coat and Technician are pretty good. All around, this thing's stats are terrible, but it's got really good speed rather. Base 115, phenomenal. 65 HP and SpDef, pretty trash. 60 in attack and defense, pretty not good. 75 special attack is okay with like a nasty plot Technician set, which is something you can run. Most of the time though, you're just gonna be running like Z Parting Shot with like Fake Out and annoying crap like that. It's another really fast taunt mon, and it's actually got some decent coverage because it's a Gen 1 clone, or like a Gen 1 Alolan form, and / normal type at that. And yeah, it's got some decent stuff like Fake Out, like I already mentioned. Foul Play is a good move. Gunk Shot's decent. Knock Off, Nasty Plot, Night Slash. Of course, Parting Shot's the main thing. Play Rough, Power Gem are both decent. Shadow Ball and Shadow Claw. Thunderbolts. U-Turn is nice as well. If your opponent has like a soundproof mon and you don't want to burn your, don't want to, get cucked on going for Parting Shot, you can click U-Turn. It's pretty nice. Doesn't do a whole lot, but it was the best Dark type available, bar none. I wanted Zoroark because that mon looked really fun and gave me a better speed tier balancing and just looked like a lot of fun. But unfortunately, that got taken too, so feels bad, man. I just did not have a whole lot of luck with getting the mons I wanted. I didn't originally want Zoroark, but whatever. I ended up with Persian, and I'm pretty okay with it. And for my last pick, you guys are so not ready for the power I got in Tier 5. You guys can already tell I'm memeing, I'm sure, but yeah, you're like, oh hey, this team's missing a normal type. It's also missing some you know, cleric-y type Pokemon. Yeah, it's pretty obvious where I went here. We got Audino, boy. Honestly, I'm actually sort of excited about this pick. Of course, it's not the one I wanted here. Like I planned on taking as like a cleric-y type thing. I wanted Licky Licky. Licky Licky was the one I wanted. Of course, didn't get to me because I was that guy this draft. You know, it's whatever. I'm actually pretty okay with Audino after looking over his move pool. I'm like, okay, I just need something with Wish. Okay, Audino's a normal type. It works. It gets one of the best abilities in the game in Regenerator and some pretty respectable bulk. 103 HP, 86 in both defenses is solid, 60s in offenses is okay-ish. It can do a lot of stuff support-wise. It's a really good, you know, cleric, of course, with the Heal Bell and Wish. Also gets Healing Wish, which is a nice move. Encore's fun and super annoying. Unfortunately, not a fairy type. If it was a normal fairy type, you know, you could spam, you know, stab Dazzling Gleams as opposed to just regular Dazzling Gleams. But hey, it's a normal type. It gets a ton of coverage with, you know, oh boy, Drain Punch, Fire Blast, Fire Punch, Flamethrower, Focus Punch, Grass Knot, Ice Beam, Ice Punch, Knockoff, Dual Screens, Magic Coat's a very good move. Sidekick and Side Shock. Refresh is a very nice move. Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, Stomping Tantrum even. Thunderbolt, Thunder Punch, Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave for more speed control, which is something I was really looking for. Toxic, of course, I don't know why I mentioned Toxic. I mean, it's a bulky, fat one. You can run Toxic on it. Wish, like I said. And it's another Trick Room option, which really won me over when I saw that this thing got Trick Room. I'm like, okay, Audino, you get Trick Room to help out Mega Mawile. Alright, I see you. It's pretty cool. Obviously, my team is a little bit fast for Trick Room, but you know what? F it. You know, sometimes you need some fast Trick Room in your life. Screw it. But yeah, I'm actually pretty damn pumped about Audino. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of this team. I got so much stuff taken from me that I wanted, but that's not an excuse, of course. I don't sound like I was making an excuse, but you know, it's mostly jokes. It is jokes. But yeah, this team looks like it'll be a ton of fun. It's got potential. It's not my favorite team I've ever drafted by far. Like, I think it's good, and I think I will do well with it, but I think it could be better. Overall, I'm pretty happy with some of the picks. I'm really happy with Mega Mawile, and I'm really happy with Como. Really happy with, like, you know, trying out stuff like Chandelure and Crobat finally. And then Superior should be fun. I've used Donphan this weekend before, so they'll be solid. They'll do what I need them to, but yeah, it's just overall solid, but not, you know, anything special. Good, not great. So yeah, that's my opinion on my team. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I'm excited for the season, which uploads will be. This is being uploaded on the 23rd. The league uploads will be started next week, I believe. If I'm wrong on that, sue me. My bad. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all when the season starts. Thanks for watching. Peace.